for better or worse, I've been in multiple overwhelmed situations, and maybe I'm just a sucker for challenges. I am a sucker for challenges, but it depends on the scenario. There are times when the only way out is through, right? And you just have to, as the Marines, our friends in the Marines say, you have to embrace the suck.
That's the Marines and the Army.
Especially the infantry, not the artillery. The artillery just rolls by.
Oh, the gun bunnies? Oh, absolutely not.
But there is a time when you have to just knuckle down and get through it, right? I mean, there are crises that require you to just bear down and move. I've been in situations where there were bad work situations. Things weren't good. But for example, somebody on the team had just come down with something, this is pre-COVID, but a serious medical issue, right? And they were going to be out for weeks. And we just had to suck it up and move on because we didn't have time to hire somebody else. We were in the middle of process. We needed to move through things. That happens sometimes. You just have to embrace it and say, this is where we are and we're going to get through this together. And then there are other times where you have to cut your losses and run. And you just have to say, you know what, this is a bad enough situation that I'm not going to be able to make it better by putting more good effort after this has not worked out, right? Throwing good money after bad, or whatever the phrase is. There are times, I mean, there isn't a pat one-size-fits-all answer to this. And I'm sorry. I wish there was. I really wish there was. I wish I could just give you a cute little anecdote. The two scenarios that actually spring to mind, and for example, I can remember when we had an especially difficult assay to format. We had a whole lot of cells to run through this thing. It was a huge, without getting into too much technical detail, we were screening thousands of data points with hundreds of cell types and dozens of different, I think 30 different compounds. And we were looking to see if they would have an effect on these cells, and we could do all this high-level transcriptional metabolic profiling. It was very cool work. It was very interesting, and it just took an enormous amount of time. We tried to make it as efficient as we possibly could, and my manager and I designed it, and then I brought in an intern. I brought in a couple of interns, and we worked on this thing together. And we just had to do it, right? And once we had it worked out, we just had to sit there and crank it out day after day after day for weeks until we got all the data together, so that we could actually look at it and go, there's a pattern.